Leslie, and it is such a privilege for me to be here tonight in front of you and to share my story, but hopefully also learn more about your own stories. So, here we go. She hears a voice, it whispers within every breath that is born from within. For as long as she could remember, there was a stirring that coursed through her veins and resounded within every fiber of her being. A song that guided her life and was woven within every breath that was born of her very existence. As the seasons changed and the years passed, the stirring silence within her only grew, accompanied by an ever-deafening desperation to invisibly live. From a young age, this girl saw how her life and who she was affected those around her. By merely being born who she was, she caused a course of change in the lives of many, and she realized that. Ever present was an innate awareness stemmed from the deep stirring that accompanied a seemingly invisible secret she kept hidden away from the world. That stirring voice daily reminding her of an inner truth and how it brought about unwanted attention, worry, and pain. That secret at the center of such a relentless stirring, a life-stealing disease called cystic fibrosis, a disease that would change the course of her days and the lives of those she would love. A disease that would ruthlessly play out before her childish eyes and mercilessly destroy the life of her older brother, stealing his very last breath. A disease she would see tear her parents' marriage and family apart, forcing her to further suffocate the person she truly was from within, to limit the pain she felt she is possible of causing. Most of all, deep down, at the very center of her being, she knew that someday too this disease would come for her, stealing the very life she silently fought to live. You see, cystic fibrosis is a fatal genetic disease with a devastatingly short life expectancy. When she was born, her parents were told she likely would not celebrate her 20th birthday. This progressive disease causes the body to produce thick mucus, affecting primarily the lungs and the pancreas. Excess mucus would lead to chronic lung infections, scarring, reduced lung function, and inevitably the need for a life-saving double lung transplant. A life bound to hospital stays, specialists, a barrage of potent drugs, financial burdens, and what seemed like an endless wealth of tears. Not only did her parents already have one child with CF, they now had two. CF forced her to watch her family fall apart before her very eyes, steal her brother, and plague her future. She learned to deflect her honest self by focusing on how she could lessen other people's pains and self-doubts, only ever wanting to add goodness to their lives instead of the pain she knew her honest life with CF was capable of. She realized she could not control the destructive ways of CF, but she could shield the people she loved from its horrors, or at least she could try. But as the years passed, she began to shield her own heart from its realities. She was determined to silence the deafening stirring that relentlessly reminded her of who she was and the pain she could cause so many. So, she awoke each day desperate to invisibly live, keeping her friends and family at arm's distance in hopes of protecting them from the pains of CF, while deepening her own sense of denial. For decades, she successfully painted this perfect facade, constantly proving to herself and everyone close to her that everything was fine. Those years did not come with cost, though. CF would remind her of its gripping presence and its merciless power, making her ever more aware of each breath being stolen from within her. That restless voice within her only grew. But through each setback, she would fight even harder to erase any evidence of CF. She became a master at hiding her treatments, She learned how to inconspicuously take pills and hide IV antibiotics within her clothes. She knew how to deflect conversations away from her health and easily ease the minds of those sensing any need for concern. But deep within, she knew. Deep within her was that relentless song. Beneath the facade of precisely painted makeup, accolades, achievements, and calming smile was the truth. The truth that CF was silently stealing the life within every breath she was given. That girl? She's me. For 27 years, I tried desperately to hide my honest self and silence the voice that stirred fiercely within me. But it was all becoming too impossible. The presence of CF in my life was becoming increasingly evident. The loss of lung function, episodes of coughing up copious amounts of blood, life-threatening lung infections. They were making the realities of CF undeniable, and I could no longer hide my life with CF. This act of protecting those I loved was actually pushing them further away from me and causing them more pain. I thought I had been trying to protect them from the pain I thought I knew I was going to cause them, but the person I was actually trying to protect was myself. I feared that song that stirred within the very core of my honest being. I wanted to protect myself from its truth that resounded within me. But as the realities of my life confronted me more and more, I was forced to wonder, what would happen instead of fighting this song that lived within? I would follow it. What if instead of tirelessly trying to silence it, I listened and shared it? So in April of 2014, Breathe Bravely was born, an honest reflection of who I am, my life with CF, and the beauty that lives within every breath that I am given. This deafening stirring within me is no longer trapped beneath a protective facade, but lives upon every honest breath. Would I have ever imagined this to be my life? No. Does it still sting with the pains of reality, the heartache of past events, and an uncertain future? Of course. But this is my honest life, and I am living it to its fullest. And it's more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. This is my beautiful life, and this is my song. I hear